Hey everybody, how's it going? Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to a little Core Keeper playthrough. This is weird because it's not going to be on stream. It's just going to be a clip together of whatever me and a friend are playing. You can see that he will be the little Anivia in the corner next to that hand on the bottom right. But if you really want to see who he is, he's up here hiding away in the darkness, being a little shy. That's cute. But yes, welcome to Core Keeper. Me and a friend wanted to play this, and I mentioned that I did want to play this for a very, very long time. Ever since he and I played it for a bit on hard mode, and we just went through it for a bit. He got ahead very quickly. More or less, he's very knowledgeable about the game. You might hear him talk a few times, you might not hear him talk a few times. It just kind of depends on the situation around him. Irregardless of that fact, Core Keeper is, for all intents and purposes, still an early access game. If you do want to play it, it's on Steam, and I'll have a link in the description for that if you want to go play it. Aside from that, I would say this game gets a 10 out of 10 for me just from how it starts off. As you can see right now, Mr. Ling-a-Ling over here is picking up a whole bunch of wood. Literally, wood is going to be your entire basis in this game. It gets you things like torches, for one, which I always light up everything. It lets you craft a crafting bench, which I will show you that when you push down tab, you actually have a little bit of crafting right here in the middle. You make some torches, you make a pickaxe, you make a shovel, and then you've got your basic workbench. Once you've made your basic workbench, you go over here, press E on it, make sure it's glowing, and you can make a whole bunch of copper tools, some lanterns, watering cans, and a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Your goal with that basic workbench is to eventually get to a ting workbench. But you also notice that, like, you're kind of boxed in right now, right? Except for whatever the hell these are. And you might have saw that little glowy thing on the side. You can actually just mine with your fists. That's not a big issue. And the whole point is to explore, right? Because your map can get enormous. And that's not the only thing in this game. There's a bunch of bosses you can fight. There's a bunch of mobs you can fight. Some of the mobs are really difficult. Speaking of that, I should have mentioned this at the start, but we are playing this on hard mode. And that covers really all the basics of Core Keeper. Combat is moving around on the grid. I mean, I'll show you combat as soon as we find something. But assume that you can assume it's like Starbound crossed with Terraria crossed with Dwarf Fortress, I want to say. The other thing to note as well is that while it is really stupidly dark, and you just saw I got a +1 running, give me some of that wood, yo. I need some of that wood, otherwise I can't light anything up. Yeah, here. You see that one mob there? You can, fun thing about it, if you break your walls here, right, you're like, oh, I don't want to fight this directly. You can actually just hit them off the side if you got the angle. I don't have the angle. There we go. Everything is very easy to kill. By the way, did I mention? I said we were switching to standard mode, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, I lied. I'm a liar. I thought we were in hard mode. He said hard mode, and I'm like, wait, I could have sworn he said standard. So we are in standard mode. It doesn't really affect it too badly. We were playing on hard mode as a, duo thing. Man, it's also very weird playing this and being like, oh yeah, everything's not one-shotting me. Seriously, on hard mode, you guys, this shit just one-shots the hell out of you. It's ridiculous. You don't think you would get one-shot by a mushroom or like a slime, but no, they have the potential to one-shot you if you're not careful. Now, if I had torches, I could show you things, but I don't have a single torch. So I'm just relying on Ling here to do all the mining for us, while I try to get some wood. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Ow! Right, so crafting. It's very simple. You only need wood for torches. I don't know why it's only wood for torches. You can hold down shift just like you can do in Terraria, and you get a smart cursor for your torches. You place them anywhere with right click, and that covers that. The other thing that you keep in mind with this is that it relies on Starbound's and I guess Don't Starve Together's system of you need to eat to keep up your food bar. It's not as bad. You kind of don't think about the food bar as often because as you start getting into farming and gardening, you pick up enough of uh you pick up enough food variety that you don't have to ever worry about it. You know, you just eat your food. This one only provides 12 food, no regen, so just get rid of it. What you really like to eat is mushrooms, but before you just go downing mushrooms, make yourself a cooking pot when you get back to your base with enough what do you call it, copper. Because we're looking for copper right now. And this game works in tiers. The first tier being copper, the second being tin, then iron. Link can verify this for me, but I think the next one after that is gold.
Ish.
Ish. And then it gets into like even higher and higher tiers of items, to the extent of like you're gonna run into like scarlet as a material. It's like, oh geez.
Just like Terraria, there's octane.
Of course there is. So where does this fall in under Terraria mechanics? Pretty much the same. So yeah, I picked up an ancient gemstone. I don't remember what these are for. I believe they're used for these statues that, I'll actually just show you the statues real quick. You got 3 different statues here next to your middle statue. These dignify the bosses you have to kill. A worm boss, which, we won't see that for a little while, but he's essentially circling the entire perimeter, making a sort of, like, slime wall. There is actually a wall in this game which requires you to kill these 3 bosses before you get access to even more content. So for an alpha game, early access game, it's got a lot to go. It's got a lot going for it. The other boss here is a slime boss. I would say it's reminiscent of King Slime, and even funny too. There's a King Slime version of this boss, which is I think only appears after you've killed this first boss. And then I never met this other boss before. Whatever this weird trifecta blob thing is. So yes, that's the goal for at least whatever this is. It's weird that some of the crafting stuff that you need is dirt walls. And I haven't even made myself a pickaxe yet. Oh, there we go. It's just wood. How foolish of me not to know how to make a pickaxe. I will try to explain to you guys everything that I possibly can, but you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit because I don't want to just tell you everything right off the bat. That's an information overload. And I also mentioned this on stream too. The reason it's been so hard to like get this recording going is because he's busy as hell. He's literally in university. I never want to go back to university, but he's in it again. And I'm like, fuck that, man. I'm done with that. I don't even want to go back for the master's degree.
Also, just so you know, they made it easier to get your skills up.
Ah, right, skills. So, I forgot to mention that. You saw the +1 running. You saw it pop up again. You probably saw the mining pop up as well. This game has a variety of skills you can pretty much master. They go up to a max of 100 each, but they get progressively more difficult to level up as you go on. On top of that, when you click on one of these, like, let's say you click on the mining tree, right? Or the mining button, you have a tree that goes down with it as well. Essentially improving your mining on top of doing extra mining damage. So there is a benefit to going down. Or it's your choice, right? Do you want to go get a 5% chance to get additional ores from walls? Or do you want more tile view distance? To see these different ore veins, you know? It does also stuff for running, for melee combat, vitality, crafting, range combat, gardening, fishing, and cooking. And I think, is there one more? That we don't see it?
No, they're all there.
Okay, so there is nothing hidden. What you see is what you get. So you probably noticed that the little crafting area has expanded. I will show you what these are. Obviously, you have a chest, right? That's all. It's just a chest. Literally the same thing as Terraria, same thing as Minecraft. They're hard to sort. You can't color code them, but you could quick stack. And quick stack is probably the best thing that should ever exist in every game. If it doesn't exist in Minecraft or Terraria or any other roguelite or sandbox game you plan to make, fucking put it in, guys. Put it in. Next thing we have on the list here is a crafting. Well, I say crafting, but it allows you to decraft an item. So let's say I'm done with this wood pickaxe, right? And I just want to destroy it. I can just salvage it and I get back some of the parts, or pretty much, or maybe all the parts. Since this only costs 4 wood, I'm probably only going to get 4 wood back. Alternatively, you can also repair items. You have to select which item you want to repair, and it shows you what it is you need to repair with it. And if you don't have that item in your inventory, it actually pulls from a nearby chest to tell you, hey, it's going to cost this, but we got to pull it from a chest. Alternatively, you could reinforce, which is the same as repairing it, but you get an extra durability bar on top of it, so it essentially doubles your durability. So for the wood pickaxe, if I wanted to reinforce it, I'd get the 200 durability back, plus another 200. On top of that, it does more damage, and it does more mining damage. You could also do that with the copper. So you could do it with everything that has a durability bar. And then on our right here, we have a little smelting furnace. The furnaces come in tiers as well. You start with copper, you get tin, you go to iron, and you get the next tier up, which lets you do the other ores. Personally, I never got to that point. Ling-a-ling over there, he has gotten to that point. So when it comes to what you need to, make, craft, stuff like that, he knows. For now, though, let us proceed to make another fucking pickaxe, because I don't want to repair a pickaxe. Right, so you guys saw me make a shovel. The shovels are a little bit more interesting in this game than they are in, like, say, Terraria. You're gonna see on the floor occasionally these, like, these X marks. You want to mine them up to get some seeds. You usually might have to get other things too, but I don't remember what you get from it specifically. I just know that go for the X's, right-click with the shovel. Now, what happens if you keep right-clicking on the ground? You eventually break the ground and you can pick it up as a ground and place it somewhere else. Very neat, nifty tool for if you just want to make a natural bridge. You don't have to do it that way because you do actually have the option of making standard bridges. But if you wanted to, skip that, be like, oh, no, I just want to make a bridge. You can. But I want to go over to that little island right over there, because why not? Also, does the game let you trap yourself on an island?
Yeah, I almost did right before one of the water bosses.
Oh, yeah, well look at that. We can trap ourselves on
He
an
ate both
island.
of my boats, and I dropped my pick when I died.
Oof.
So don't do that.
Yeah, no, don't do that. So another thing I get to mention about how this game works is if you are... the way the spawning mechanics work is similar to how Terraria does it. Terraria does it with background walls, but with Core Keeper, it actually does it with different flooring. So if you don't want a certain mob to spawn on a certain floor or just spawn in a certain area anymore, for example, the mushrooms, right? You're going to see a lot of mushrooms. You're also going to see slime on the floor. Those two, respectively, cause the mushrooms and the slime to spawn. If you don't want them anymore, you can just break the that specific ground and pick it up. Faster with the shovel because it one-shots it. Slower with anything else because it doesn't one-shot it. And you can even move it around and keep areas of the map that you want as a spawning ground or a killing ground. and that area. So I'm picking up this fungal soil because I'm like, hey, I don't want mobs to spawn there. I want them to spawn, say, like in a mob farm or something. There's no mob grinding that you can do, but it's a nice to have the option. And you probably just noticed we got a running +5. We said we can pick a point in our running. We also have one for mining. Really, since you're only stuck with the first bit of, like, you don't get a choice yet. Just go with your choices and spend them immediately. No reason to, no need to think about it, you know? No need to think about it. Honestly, as a new player, I would encourage you to pick up this fungal floor, because we, as I joined Lingling a couple of times on his worlds, and I was noticing that he explored very far out. Like, if I were to expand this map out right to this point right now, he explored out to probably 5, 6 times that distance, maybe even 10 times that distance. But what ended up happening is that the mobs do not stop spawning if you leave their spawning like mechanisms there. But then you're also come into the situation of you can't possibly catch every single spawning area. Like this, if we, let's just say for example, I never came this way. This slime floor would exist indefinitely. And if we came back like a week later and never left the game closed, this area would be infested with slimes. It just never stops the spawning of mobs, and whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's really up to you. Personally, I think it's a good thing because you can, if it's a mob, you can take advantage of that, level up your melee, level up your range damage or something. But if you don't enjoy that at prospect, then it's not going to be a good thing for you. So take it how you will. You know, if you like the idea of having a bunch of mob spawn every so often, everywhere, then, you know, accept it, work with it, and just, you know, deal with it, really. We're out of torches, so many mobs, can you believe it? Look at how big this place is. Ow! I should warn you, by the way, everything hurts. Very much so if you have no armor. Since we were playing through hard mode, these slimes were just absolutely fucking dangerous. And I also made the mistake of playing with controllers. You can play this game with a controller. I would advise against it as someone who used the controller first. Yeah, you have convenience with the controller in some aspects, but some things are actually a lot harder to do with the controller as opposed to just keyboard and mouse. Like if you want to hold down, like with a torch, you could just hold down shift to bring out the torch, right? That's it. But on, let's say you're using an Xbox controller, right? You got to hold down the left button in order to spawn the torch out. Not efficient, because eventually, you know, your thumbs are gonna hurt. It's gonna fucking suck. I would just advise against it. Use your keyboard and mouse if you have no choice but to use the controller. Then I mean, just note that it's gonna be tough. Okay, you're gonna have a tough time. Oh joy, mechanical parts. I remember these, sort of. And by remember these, I mean I never got to use them. I know where they go, but I never got to use them. The other thing you should do, as long as if you're just picking up a whole bunch of mushrooms. Sorry, my friend over here's name is blocking it. Hold on, let me move you. Put you like over my head or something. Right there. Yeah, right there. Perfect. If you look at the mushrooms, when you eat them, you get 9 food back. You get a little bit of health regen for 20 seconds. You got the heart berry that does the same thing, but it gives you more regen. You want to cook these together, but if you can't cook them yet, max out your food bar because you get a whole bunch of bonuses with it. You got more damage from being well fed, you got more health from being well fed, you even got more movement speed from being well fed. It's encouraging to eat. I would say it's not the same as Don't Starve Together because I don't even think you get a bonus from being full hunger. Do you?
Starve together, we just don't die.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to. I've never had zero hunger before. I don't know what happens if you get to zero hunger. Hell, I don't even think I've
Your
tested it.
sanity goes up, and you start seeing monsters, and your health goes down.
Oh, so it's a good time then.
For someone.
For someone. Oh, I even found a shrine with the bunch of flowers in it. I would encourage you guys to pick up every single plant you see, even these glow plants. Honestly, the glow plants, or the glow tulips, are probably the best thing you can pick up if you hate using torches. I like using torches, so I'm not really bothered by it, but it's nice to have the option of not to do it. And then you run into a couple wooden chests, just break them. They might have scrap parts, they might have tin ore, they have whatever is in that you need that's in the area that you're in. In this case, we got some copper, scrap, and tin ore. Scrap parts are just used for repairing stuff. If you don't want to throw away something, which eventually you're going to run into that situation where you don't want to throw away something, scrap parts lets you repair it. Copper ore, you're eventually going to have a lot of that. Tin ore, you're eventually going to have a lot of that. And then we're not running into iron anytime soon. Iron is kind of like further out to the right. We'll get there when we get there. Honestly, I really love the combat in this game, even if it can kind of kick your ass pretty quick. Also, the Halloween event is over, right? We're not going to run into those dudes that we ran into in the other world?
Run into the same ones, they're just not wearing the Halloween costumes.
Oh, so they still drop the same shit, then cool.
Nope.
Funny thing, during
No,
the
they
Halloween
don't.
event, they had
drop it during the event.
they had some mid-level mobs that were wearing like spooky hoods and pumpkins. I thought they were cute, but I was not ready for them at the time that I came into that world. Fuckers do like, I think I had like 150 HP and they did like 120 of my HP. It just like nearly one-shot me. If I got hit by the fireball, dude, I would probably die from just the dot damage. New item, geode. So you're probably wondering, what the hell does it mean by valuable? That's like the first item that I picked up that said valuable. You'll find out later. You'll pretty much find out later. Because you can't do anything with stuff that says valuable yet. What the hell is this? Oh, the drill stuff. I didn't think you'd get exposed to copper drill stuff that early. I didn't even know copper drill thing existed at all. Right, so when it says you need a drill for something, that's like what, not even mid game, right? That's like post iron.
Yeah, it's Scarlet.
Yeah, for me, relatively late, extremely late game because I've never got to Scarlet. But realistically speaking, it's not actually that far away. But if you see those, I don't think there's anything you can do about it. I thought maybe you could I thought maybe you could just like go up to it and like throw a bomb at it, but no, you can't. That's not how this works. I found 5. By the way, don't feel bad about if you just want to be like, oh, I don't want to go back to base. I just like make a crafting thing around here. You can do that as well. You might need an extra couple of dirt walls in order to do what you want to do, but it's encouraged. It's not like it's gonna hurt to make a little tiny outpost out in the middle of nowhere. No one's gonna hate you for it either, except for me yourself, or like a friend you might be playing with who's like, hey, what the hell are you doing? We didn't agree to this. Make some copper. Na 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 na. And unlike Terraria, unlike Minecraft, you don't need to have, you don't need coal to make that work. You don't need wood to make the furnace work. You just need the ore and it does its thing. By magic. It's magic. Now, you don't even need a bucket of lava.
There's lava now.
Is there? Oh god, why did I say that? Is there a hell world then? Or a hell biome?
No, there's a sand biome.
Alright, once you picked up your copper, you can upgrade yourself to a copper pickaxe. I highly recommend you do that at your first convenience, because wood kind of just doesn't cut it. I mean, look at it. 15 mining damage on wood, but then you have 43 mining damage on copper. It's a massive difference in terms of like scaling. If you start off as a fighter, you do start off with a copper sword, so you don't have to worry about that or making one of those. Do I encourage you to make a copper shovel? That's up to you. It's not that big a deal if you don't make a copper shovel, but I would encourage you to make a copper hoe, because as weird as it is, farming in this game is actually pretty substantial to do. You're still going to need a little bit more copper to get the watering can, so just note that it's an investment, and it's an investment worthwhile. So how does this work? Because I want to show you guys farming since we're here. First off, you take your watering can, you right-click on any open space of water. You probably want to make your farm next to water, to be fair. Can't you move the water anywhere? Oh, look at you. You already started on the farming. Look at you. This guy's already, like, moving ahead. Alright, we can still show it off, because I got a couple of seeds I can plant, like heartberries. So, what you do is you take your hoe, you till the land. It literally is the same as like Stardew Valley. Nothing different about that. You take your seed that you want to plant, and you right-click there. There you go. And then you take your watering can and just water it, and that's it. You never have to come back and water it. That's the difference between this game and Stardew Valley, where you don't have to keep watering everything. If you want to keep watering everything, by all means, go for it. I just realized I put this in the wrong spot. Those are hot bomb peppers, not heartberries. I haven't picked up a bomb pepper yet. Also, don't worry about, like, accidentally stepping on one of your, farm plots. It's not possible. This isn't Minecraft. You're not gonna damage anything. If you see a shiny glow, as I mentioned before, on your, you see a shiny glow, right? You see the sparkles. There's two of them right there. Go for them. It's probably copper. It's probably an ore that you want. Regardless of what it is, you want it. Oh shit, it's a chest. It's a chest in a wall. And a big old vein of copper. Alright, what do we got in here? No, what? Okay, well, I don't have to make a copper pickaxe. I'm sorry, a copper shovel. But, are we supposed to find this? You're not gonna believe what I found. Right, so, I picked up a stupidly strong weapon. Very stupidly strong weapon for this stage of the game. I picked up the flintlock musket, dude. From a chest that's not even 20 feet away from our base, in a wall.
That's convenient.
Right? Also, this is the animation for stuff growing. It's actually, I like the pop sound it makes. So, flintlock pistol. Nothing in this game needs ammo. It's all durability. So you don't have to worry about running out of durability. Or, I'm sorry, needing to make, like, ammo. But here's the flintlock pistol. You have a little aiming reticle, right? It's based on where your cursor's aiming. If you're on the controller, it's based on what the right stick is aiming. That's how you at least aim. You take you take an aim, you fire, and that's it. We do 231 damage to this poor slime. We're severely overkilling them. And this is how you get experience for range combat, by the way. Any weapon that doesn't require to be in melee range, you get, you know, it does a thing. A fucking musket this early in, that's just dumb. That's just so dumb. That's like me. Do you remember that Minecraft thing we did where I got the stupid
I died.
from the continuum orb, the energy condenser that I got from the continuum orb during one of our playthroughs of Project Ozone. Oh my god. Right, so we were playing Project Ozone 2 on Titan mode, was it? Or was it Kappa? Oh, sure. Go down the road, try to follow me. Jesus, man, you were exploring far. Right, so I've never been to the clay caves, but I believe you said we needed clay for something. Also, you found a lot of railroad tracks. I never messed around with railroad tracks.
This is where the tin is.
Ah, damn, you have to go pretty far for tin. So these enemies that we're seeing right now are they the miners that were ghosts?
Nope, it's a stone. You remember this place?
I've never been here before, and I don't like how the walls are moving. Is this a flesh
this is
area?
Where the lavas were that eat your torches.
Oh, for God's sakes. PTSD immediately triggered. Do these spikes kill you?
Yep, almost.
Spike trap. Didn't know there's spike traps existed in this game. Oh look, it's our first introduction of the fucking larvas. And I can one-shot them, thankfully. Honestly, having a flintlock pistol this early, a little bit dumb. A little bit dumb. And also, I can't seem to break this flesh.
Yeah, it's like that then.
Alright, well, I'm not breaking that flesh then. By the way, for those of you wondering, yes, you can actually regrow the tree wood stuff. It's actually super easy. You just need to find a tree seed, and you get those roots, essentially. Oh, look at that! I found the another mine shaft. Yo, this place is scary, man. What the fuck? What is that? What the hell is this? Oh, it's a... What is this? Grub? Kupak seed? Turns into a plant that gives fiber when harvested. Ah, I never had that before. Whoa, whoa! I never asked for you guys to throw spears at me. Fuck off. Swift feather? Offhand use. Dash forward at 200% movement speed. Didn't I actually like this thing? How do you use it, though? There's a way to use this. Do you remember how to use these? The Swift brother.
Yeah, I put up space.
Ah, here you go. Thank you. So Swift Feather, when you pick that up, or if you do manage to find it, I don't imagine you'll find it on your first day. I mean, you might. Just gives you a small dash. It's not, like, super great, but it is a great method to, like, avoid something. I wish I had this fighting one of the bosses, like that slime. My dude, I can't pick up all this shit. I should have gone back. I should have gone back in mind. Can I see if have you tried bombing these before?
Yeah, okay, anything.
Sucks. Is that a fishing rod? I never fished in this game either. I can't decide what to throw away in my inventory. Probably this fungus soil. Oh, well, hey, look, it's a bag. Do you want a backpack or do you have one?
You know, I do.
Alright, so that backpack that he picked up allows you to have, what is it, 4 extra slots in your inventory?
5.
5?
5.
Yeah. That's how you get more bag space. I don't know if it goes any further than that. It might, but I haven't seen it. I want to fish. I've never fished before. How do I fish? Is it like Stardew Valley's fishing? That's not how you fish. Ah! Ow! That hurt like a motherfucker. Where the hell did that come from? Holy crap, man! That's a dangerous dude. That spirit dude hit me for 81 damage. If this was
Surprise, motherfucker.
hard mode, he would have one-shot me. Ow! I need to heal. I gotta sit here like a little bitch and heal. Right, so you just saw me eat a glow tulip. It just gives you glow, like I mentioned. You can glow. It's not a good amount of glow for just eating a singular glow tulip. It's highly recommended just to cook them. And cooking is very simple, by the way. We'll show that. I'll show that off when I get the chance. Right now, I don't have the chance. All right, then. Then this will be concluding it for the day.